Okay, I'm starting. So hello everyone again, and welcome to the free introductory course in Ukrainian language by Cambridge Ukrainian Studies. My name is Andrii Smytsniuk, and I am a language teaching officer here at the University of Cambridge, where I teach academic course in Ukrainian and an open course in Ukrainian. And I am personally from Ukraine, from the city in the west called Ivano-Frankivsk. And I wanted to thank you again for taking interest in Ukrainian culture and in Ukrainian language. After all, the mission of the Cambridge Ukrainian Studies Center is to spread Ukrainian language all across the world and make it available to study for those who don't have enough resources. I want to say that this webinar is only a part of the broader course, and I have already delivered two little lectures in Ukrainian that you might have seen already, but you haven't. We are going to partially cover them today, so you can repeat the material. That being said, let me share my presentation with you. Okay. If you have any questions, I encourage you to use the Q&A feature. However, if you experience some sound difficulties, I know that could be possible, that my microphone could stop working or there are any other emergencies, please write this in the chat so I can try to fix them unless you don't have anything very urgent. I will answer all the questions after the ending of the lecture. And the topic of today's lesson is introduction. So you are going to learn how to introduce yourself in Ukrainian. Part of it was already covered in previous lectures. For example, previously there was a lesson on Ukrainian alphabet. So I expect you to have some very limited knowledge of the Ukrainian alphabet. And also previously there was a lesson in that covers basic phrases in Ukrainian. And some of these basic phrases we are going to use today, although you can learn some more. And I have a little tradition to show the paintings or pieces of art that have something to do with Ukrainian culture or with Ukraine overall. And yeah, today's piece of art is a golden Thyssen pectoral, or a piece of jewelry that was found in Ukraine in 1971 and is already 2,000 years old, that you can see here. So I would like to start with at least repeating abetka, A, B, A, T, K, A, or an alphabet. So here it is, here's the picture, and I will going to pronounce all the sounds of the letters that are in the Ukrainian alphabet. Please repeat after me. That might help you memorize them faster. A, B, B, V, V, H, H. This sound is sometimes hard to pronounce. It's the sound in Homo sapiens, etc. at the beginning. So this is, you might experience some difficulties, but it's okay. Then G, G, D, D, A, yeah, yeah, J, J, Z, Z, E, This sound might be sometimes hard to pronounce. I try to explain my students, imagine that you're being hit in the stomach, and this is a very short sound that you make. E, this is similar sound, but it's very longer. So is very short. E is slightly longer. Then yi, as in word Ukraina, yi. Then y, k, l, m, n, o, p, r. So these ones are tricky because in English, this is a P. Well, in Ukrainian, this is the letter that makes sound P. It looks very similar to Greek P. Yeah, and this is your false friends. This is letters that make sound R. Then S, T, U, F, H. This is a sound that you make when you're just trying to push the air out of your throat. H. Then C. This is in English, it's a mix of T and S. So like in word tsunami, C. Then ch, sh, sh. This is a mix of sh and ch, sh. So again, ch, sh. And this is meký znak, or soft sign, which softens the letters that stands before it. We're going to look into it a little bit later. Then you, and ya. Wonderful. And some of the basic phrases that we already covered is привіт, which means hi, hello. It is more informal greeting. And then slightly more formal is добрий ранок, good morning. So a greeting that you would use in the morning. Then добрий день, good afternoon. Something that you would use in the afternoon or overall during the day. This is kind of a standard greeting. And then добрий вечір, good evening. Then some of the basic phrases already covered were як справи, як справи. Try to repeat after me. Як справи, how are you doing? Справи literally means like business, affairs, etc. So some things that you have to do. So literally it means how are the things, but the better translation would obviously be how are you doing? Як справи? And then you can answer добре, good, погано, bad, and say дякую, thank you, and eventually до побачення, goodbye, до побачення. Good. And another phrase is добрий день, мене звати. Yeah. Hello, my name is. Добрий день, something good day or good afternoon. І мене звати, my name is. literally, it means I am called. Yeah, so people call me. For example, I would say, "Мене звати Андрій." I am called Andrii, or people call me Andrii. But the best translation is, yeah, my name is. So, for example, if I met you and I told you this, "Мене звати Андрій, я викладач." Мене звати Андрій, я викладач. What do you think it means? Could you open Zoom webinar chat and try to write an English translation? Try to guess what does it mean, or roll 2 sentences. Okay, I see somebody said a teacher. Yes, but could you, okay, yeah, I see, this is a great translation, yeah. My name is Andrii, мене звати Андрій, я викладач, I am a teacher, correct. It is very important to understand that викладач is someone who is a teacher in the university or any other higher education institution. So it's a synonym to lecturer, instructor, etc. For a teacher in primary, middle, high school, there's a different word which is вчитель. Вчитель. We will cover it later. But for the moment, yes, you are correct. Я викладач means I am a teacher. Good. So the next one. Її звати Марія Приймаченко. Вона художниця. 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 Її звати Марія Приймаченко. Вона художниця. Okay, so try now to type what does it mean, yeah, її звати Марія Приймаченко, вона художниця. Could you try to guess it in the Zoom webinar chat? Okay, wonderful. Yeah, her name is Maria Primachenko. She is an artist or a painter. Yeah, художниця is specifically someone who is yeah, painting. It's not a sculptor, not any other type of artist. But yeah, overall, I think artist is a better word. So її звати Марія Примаченко, вона художниця. Her name is Maria Primachenko. She is an artist. And she actually is an Ukrainian artist, a very famous one. And this painting is actually a product of her work. And so now you have to understand that in Ukrainian, nouns usually have some gender. It's either masculine, either feminine, either neuter. And in English, if you say someone is an artist, it could mean that they could be male or female. In Ukrainian, there is a specification. So, for example, here I told you, мене звати Андрій, я викладач, I'm a teacher. But if you want to say this about a woman, yeah, мене звати, for example, there is a name, Андріана, then я викладачка. Yeah, there is a different type of noun. They all are somewhat similar, and there is a similar algorithm to make a feminine noun out of masculine. And the same is here, yeah? Її звати Марія Приймаченко, вона художниця. Художниця is specifically female artist. Yeah, so now you have next picture. I think you might know who he is. Yeah, його звати Тарас Шевченко. Його звати Тарас Шевченко. Він письменник і художник. So as you see, not художниця, but художник. Yeah, this is a male artist. So try now to guess what does this mean. please type it in the Zoom webinar chat. Okay, his name is Taras Shevchenko. Excellent. He's a writer and an artist. Excellent. Wonderful. So письменник is a writer and художник is an artist. And if you wanted a word, if you wanted to speak about a female writer, you would say письменниця. Yeah, the same thing. Художник, художниця, письменник, письменниця. After the lesson, don't worry, I will create a list of the words that we cover in this lesson. I'll put them on Quizlet. This is an app you can use to memorize the words. And it will be emailed to you along with the with the recording of this lesson. So you can review these words, learn them, and use them in your daily speech in Ukrainian in the future. So don't worry if you missed one word. It's not a big deal. Then a little bit more complicated. So you have two people and the signature. Їх звати Марія Приймаченко і Тарас Шевченко. Вони художники. What do you think this means? Yeah, їх звати Марія Приймаченко і Тарас Шевченко. Вони художники. Could you type the same sentence in English in Zoom webinar chat? Okay, see, their names are Maria and Taras, Maria Примаченко і Тарас Шевченко. They are artists. Так, вони means they. Excellent. Very well. And їх звати means their names are. Great. So now you can see a photo from my life. So here's me, yeah, Andrii, and here's my brother. Його звати Павло. His name is Pavlo. And so you have written here, нас звати Андрій і Павло. Ми викладачі. Could you try to guess what does it mean? Could you type it in Zoom webinar chat? Okay, I see an answer. Yeah, we are called Andrii and Pavlo. We are teachers, or our names are Andrii and Pavlo. We are teachers. Yeah, excellent. So, нас звати means our names are. І ми викладачі means we are the lecturers. Yeah, university lecturers or university teachers. He actually works in Український католицький університет, Ukrainian Catholic University. Great. Now it gets a little bit more complicated when you try to use you pronoun. So for example, you can see here a very famous Ukrainian writer, письменник, Сергій Жадан. Його звати Сергій Жадан. His name is Сергій Жадан. And when you meet him, you can tell him, тебе звати Сергій, ти письменник. Your name is Serhiy, you are a writer. But this is a singular form of you. Yeah, unlike in English, in Ukrainian, there is a singular form of you pronoun, and there is a plural form of you pronoun. So for example, if you met two writers, yeah, like here. So here is один письменник, другий письменник, one writer and the other writer. Його звати Юрій Андрухович. His name is Юрій Андрухович. Його звати Сергій Жадан. His name is Сергій Жадан. If you met two of them, you would say, вас звати Юрій і Сергій. Ви письменники. Your names are Юрій і Сергій, and you are writers. So if you use the ты pronoun, this would be grammatically incorrect. But then there is another problem. There is more formal and informal expressions in Ukrainian. So for example, If you met Serhii Жадан, if you know him pretty well, if you're a member of his family, or if you are friends, then you would say Ти письменник, and тебе звати Сергій. Yeah, your name is Serhii, you're a writer. But if you don't know a person very well, or especially if this person is older than you would use a plural form, just as a sign of politeness. If you met Serhii Жадан, you probably would say Вас звати Сергій, ви письменник. So essentially this ви and вас звати, you are using the plural you pronoun, and ти і тебе звати are using a singular one. And I think it might be helpful to look at all of them in one place. So pronouns in Ukrainian, or how they're called in Ukrainian, are займенники. And so in this table, you have a question хто, who, і як звати, what is someone's name. So я, I, ти, you, singular, informal, він, he, вона, she, ми, we, ви, you, plural and formal, вони, they. And then when you're speaking about your name or someone else's name, then you can say мене звати. Yeah, my name is, мене звати Андрій. Тебе звати. Тебе звати Олена. Your name is Олена. Його звати Павло. His name is Павло. Її звати Настя. Her name is Настя. Нас звати Марія і Оксана. Our names are Maria and Oksana. Вас звати Прокіп і Панас. Your names are Прокіп and Панас. Їх звати Василь і Анастасія. Their names are Vasil and Anastasia. Good. And also another important part is, if you know how to use your name, it might be useful to know how to ask someone else for their name. For example, I use the table here that also has some questions that you might not need, as як мене звати, yeah, what is my name? But it is very good to learn the grammar and learn the different forms of pronouns. So for example, here we have питання, a question, and відповідь, an answer. So the question is як мене звати? What is my name? Yeah, and the answer is мене звати. So you already know the answers. Now you only need the questions. And with the questions, it's very easy. You have just to add як at the beginning. Jak means how. So literally the question means, how am I called? But again, the most appropriate translation is like, what is my name here? Yeah, як мене звати? What is my name? Як тебе звати? What is your name? Як його звати? What is his name? Як її звати? What is her name? Як нас звати? What are our names? Як вас звати? What are your names? So see, ти, тебе. What is your name? Usually, yeah. What and як вас звати? What are your names? Як вас звати could be also used to address a single person, yeah, as a sign of politeness, but generally it's also used for plural. If you meet a lot of people, if you approach some group of Ukrainians and unfortunately they don't speak English and you want to meet them, you can ask them як вас звати, and then introduce yourself. Мене звати Андрій, я викладач. Good. And then the last one is як їх звати. What are their names? Great. And another part of introduction is, of course, knowing professions, trying to explain to other people what do you do and get to know what do they do. Unfortunately, there are so many professions, so many different jobs nowadays that we cannot cover all of them, but at least some of them, so we can talk maybe about some people, some other people. So, for example, you have a picture of a woman here, and then the writing "Її звати Ірма Вітовська, вона акторка." So this is a very simple one. Could you try to type in what does it mean in English? Yeah, її звати Ірма Вітовська, вона акторка. Okay, she is called Irma Vitovska. She is an actress. So not my name. Yeah, my name is Мене звати. Her name is її звати. Її звати Ірма Вітовська. Вона акторка. And I see here the one of the questions. Yeah, what is the difference between викладач and вчитель for teacher? And again, викладач is someone who is teaching at the university. So think of it, maybe think of it as a lecturer or instructor. And вчитель is someone who's teaching for kids, yeah, in primary school, in middle school, in high school. And also somebody spotted that I missed one of the pronouns, and I did. I missed the pronoun vono, it, but I don't think you need it at this stage. It could be introduced later. Okay, so її звати Ірма Вітовська, вона акторка. Her name is Irma Vitovska. She's an actress. Now, the next one, you can see a picture of чоловіка, a picture of a man, and writing. Try to read this one yourself, and then type in Zoom webinar chat, what does it mean? Okay. Okay, very well. So his name is Andrii Smytsniuk. He is an actor. Excellent. And then, if there are two of them here, you can see Andrii Smytsniuk and Irma Vitovska. Could you try to read this one and type what does it mean in our Zoom webinar chat? Okay, I see. Yeah, their names are Irma and Andrii. They are actors, and this is a movie that you can watch with them that was recently released. Мої думки тихі. My thoughts are silent. Добре. And the question, for example, if you want to ask about someone, is here, yeah, about someone's profession, is first of all, яка її професія? What is her profession? What is her job? What does she do? And for this one, I am going to start a poll where you can read the types of professions that you might think she and vote. So I'm launching the poll now, so you should be able to see. Okay. Very well. So maybe a few more seconds. Okay. So, яка її професія? What is her job? Is she викладачка? Is she student? Or is she studentка? And I see that most of the people, let me share the results with you. Yeah, voted for studentka, and that is correct. She is a student, and you can see a difference here. So student, це він. So masculine nouns usually end with a consonant or soft sign. Yeah, studentka usually end with a or ya, and yeah, especially ka is an ending that you would often use for yeah, female noun for some specific profession. And then you can see выкладачка, yeah, which is also a female instructor, a female lecturer. Okay, great. And now you have another poll. The same question, the different question, yeah, because here it's яка її професія, what is her job, yeah, яка його професія is what is his job. And let me launch another poll. Okay, here we go. Okay, a few more seconds, but I think most of the people already know the answer. Okay. Okay, few more seconds, and I am ending the poll, and I'm going to share the results with you. So, яка його професія? What does he do? Yeah, what is his job? And yeah, option A, muzikantка, which is incorrect. Yeah, because Kurt Cobain is a man, and muzikantka is feminine noun. Yeah. Okay, then muzikant is correct. Yeah, he's musician, and also spivak is also correct. So that was a tricky one. Spivak is a singer, and he is indeed a singer. So this is also correct. He is a musician, and he is a singer. So we can call him muzikant и spivak easily. And so to say it, like how we would say about someone's profession, is you would use a pronoun and then the type of the profession. So, for example, вона студентка. Yeah, nothing more. Or він музикант і співак. Yeah, і means and. Він музикант і співак. Very easy. And now what you might have in Ukraine or talking to Ukrainians is somebody could ask you this: яка ваша професія? Or яка твоя професія? What is your job? What is it that you do for a living? Yeah, яка ваша професія is uses the plural you pronoun. Яка ваша професія? And so this might be just a more formal, official way of asking, or a way of asking multiple people what their jobs are. And яка твоя професія is a way of asking just one person in more informal way what their job is. So instead of me trying to give you some standardized types of jobs, I suggest that you type some, for example, jobs that maybe you do, or maybe someone you know does, or that you want to know how do they sound in Ukrainian. and I'm going to type them in my screen, on my screen. So so you can so I can give you Ukrainian words, so you know what to say when you're in Ukraine. Could you please type those in Zoom webinar chat? Okay, and so also I see here there is the name. Oh, somebody asked me if I can tell the title of the movie that I mentioned. It is called Мої думки тихі. Spoiler alert, maybe we will be screening it with the Ukrainian Studies, so you might have access in the future. Maybe not, I don't know, we'll see, but stay tuned, maybe subscribe to our mailing list, so if there will be such an opportunity, you can use it for free. Okay, so I see there are quite a few, so you see secretary, yeah, okay, so it could be used in two ways. So yeah, sekretar masculine, sekretarka feminine. Yeah, very very simple in that way. Then okay, chef, from what I understand, this is yeah, cooking. So it could be used, yeah, like povar or yeah, chef, povar. And so with feminine noun, it's a little bit more complicated. In Ukrainian, previously did not have all the feminine nouns for something, for all the professions. It is slightly changing now. We have more and more, yeah, feminine nouns forms. So I would say povarka, or yeah, chef, povarka. But as you might see, so there was a big change in Ukrainian language in 2019, where we have a lot of these nouns, feminine form introduced, but some of them could not be recognized by Microsoft Word. So then, yeah, professor could be, so it could be викладач in the university, or викладачка, or professor, professorka. Professor is like academic title if you completed your PhD and then you receive this title from the university. So then you have lawyer, jurist, or juristka. You could be nurse. Nurse is med sestra, med brat. So actually, so sestra means sister, and brat means brother. Yeah, but if you add med to it, that it becomes yeah, medsestra is female nurse, medbrat is male nurse. Then so advisor, it's a little bit more tricky. It could be radnik for men and radnica for women. Okay, PhD candidate, there is a special word for it in Ukrainian, aspirant, aspirantka. Okay, then international relations student. There is a word for international relations, but let's not go there yet. It requires usage of different cases in Ukrainian language, so it might be a little more complicated for the third lesson in Ukrainian. Then accountant, it's buchhalter, buchhalterka. Oh, then engineer, inžener, inženerka. translator, перекладач, перекладачка. So then, okay, then this gets more plumber, electrician, carpenter. Let's say, so santechnik, plumber, then electric, and carpenter would be probably stolar. Because these are very male-dominated professions in Ukrainian, I couldn't give you the I could try to make a feminine out of those, but I don't think you could find it in the dictionary anywhere, unfortunately. Then you can have journalist и journalistka, yeah, journalist, yeah, journalistka, yeah. So journalist, yeah, masculine noun, journalistka, feminine noun. Then doctor is likar, likarka. Okay, then okay. Counselor, I'm not sure, is it like psychological counseling? Then if it is, then it would be like psycholog, psychologinia, or psychotherapeuta, I would say. But this, yeah, some of them are somewhat new to the Ukrainian language. Dentist is stomatolog, and the female noun stomatologinia, etc. Spiritual counselor, I think that might be, it might be complicated, but it would be duchovny nastavnik, duchovna nastavnica. I would say it like that, but don't really know. I don't really understand what does a caseworker do. But so you have, okay, I see historian, yeah, historic, historikynia. Okay. I am going to stop now because there are just too many professions, but I will put these on the Quizlet app, so you can look over them so you don't forget them. And I'm going to go back to the to our lesson, and here is a very short dialogue, yeah, or a dialogue. And I would like to give you some time, maybe a minute, to read it on your own, and then I will read it aloud, and then I will be able to translate it. But try to do that on your own for now. Okay, so let's go into it. Dialogue, dialogue. Добрий день. Добрий день. Yeah. Hello, hello. Good afternoon, good afternoon. Як вас звати? Мене звати Олена. Як вас звати? Мене звати Оксана. Yeah. What is your name? See, they are using a more polite, formal way of asking this question. And then the answer, мене звати Олена. My name is Olena. What is your name? Як вас звати? My name is Oksana. Мене звати Оксана. Приємно познайомитись. Мені теж. It is nice to meet you. Oh, me too. Then, яка ваша професія? Я акторка. Яка ваша професія? Я художниця. So, what is your job? What is your profession? I am an actress. What is your job? I am an artist. Good. Як справи? Добре. Як справи? Добре. Yeah. How are you doing? Good. How are you doing? Good. And then, до побачення. До побачення. Goodbye. Goodbye. So, that being said, I want to tell you дякую, thank you, і до побачення, goodbye. But also in Ukrainian, до побачення sometimes means see you next time. So I hope to see you next time. There will be a lesson on Thursday, September 24th at 5 p.m. again. So where we are going to do numbers and try to answer the question and ask the question, how old are you? And then on Thursday, October 1st, we're going to use nationalities. Yeah, learn nationalities. And I would encourage you to subscribe to our Facebook page, Cambridge Ukrainian Studies, and visit our YouTube page and subscribe to it. You can just type in Cambridge Ukrainian Studies YouTube. We have a lot of videos from our webinars, and this is where you can find the other two lessons. This lesson will also be recorded, and I will send you specifically all those registered for the event. I will send the Quizlet list of the words and the link to recording on our YouTube page, so you can revisit it and I don't know, see if you missed anything. So дякую, дуже дякую, thank you. And I'm going to answer some more questions now. I see. So, do letters in the Ukrainian alphabet also have names as in the English alphabet? Yes, they do have names. They sound almost the same as the sound they make, but they do have their own separate names. So, and yeah, another question. So this question was from I am sorry if I mispronounce your name, Luba Shiguta. I don't know. I'm sorry. And then another question from Luba is, seems to be two letters of the alphabet in Ukrainian for the English letter H. This is, so for English speakers, they do sound very similar. So there is this letter number 4 or letter number 4, H, and letter number 26, letter number 26, H. So H is where the sound goes up and then down. Yeah, this one, H, and then H if it's coming straight out of your throat. So this H is more like breathing. Well, this H is somewhat more similar to the H in English alphabet. I would say that this, H is more similar to H in English alphabet, and the H is somewhat special. Then I see another question. How do we say fine or so-so? assume it's while answering the question, yeah, jak sprawy, how are you doing? Then fine will be, Ukrainians would normally say нормально. So is like більш-менш. So нормально is normally, okay, fine. Більш-менш is yeah, more or less, so so. Yeah, нормально, fine. Більш-менш, so. Okay, let me see some more questions. Okay. Okay. I don't see any questions, any more questions. Okay, I see another one question. What about sowy? Oh, isn't it so too? Okay, I think if you want to say, so there is an expression tak sobі. Tak sobі also means yeah, so yeah. So correct, yeah, just sobі. Yeah, one difficulty is that often people who speak some other Slavic languages and they have already learned the Cyrillic alphabet, as that A and E, because in Russian this is E, in Ukrainian this is A. Yeah, this is short sound. A, and this one is E, longer one. So don't confuse them. This is A and this is E. So you would read this one. Tak sobі. Tak sobі. Good. Okay. Well, thank you very much for yeah, putting effort and trying to learn Ukrainian language. And дякую. And I hope to see you at our next lesson next Thursday at 5 p.m. So hope you enjoyed it, and I wish you luck on this path of mastering Ukrainian language, which is definitely not the easiest language to master, but I hope you will succeed. So, дякую і до побачення.